Israel does not purposefully kill civilians. Palestinian terrorists do.
Israel has...
Ben Shapiro is one of the most infuriatingly dishonest sacks of shit with a major platform. And he loves these little gotchas with people that aren't actually trained debaters. And then he just runs right over them with his little gish-galloping, illogical bullshit, thinking that it makes him sound all smart and clever. Well, if you repeat a lie very confidently, it doesn't stop it from being a lie. The Israelis have been killing intentionally civilians since before the state existed. There are streets in Israel named after terrorists who threw bombs into crowded marketplaces and blew up buildings. It's always been a factor there. And since the state was created, tons of massacres were overseen. A shit ton of them. Where, like, Israeli soldiers would cross over into borders and open fire on villages and just kill dozens of people. Some people who later became major politicians or prime ministers literally led massacres against civilians. Now, people can try to argue however they want about whether this, that, or the other thing was justified. That's a whole different moral argument. And honestly, if somebody is morally justifying anybody's massacre anywhere, they're a piece of shit. But you can try to make those arguments, but they're quite different from saying Israel does not intentionally target civilians, because that is a lie. The entire current conflict is based on intentionally targeting civilians. When you impose a full-on blockade, cutting off all kinds of resources to the territory, you are intentionally targeting civilians. You are trying for outbreaks of disease and hunger and everything else. It's how this shit works. I mean, sure, other people have done that. Sure, the UK and US were bombing the shit out of Germany and killing tons of civilians. But to say that Hamas is the only one that's actually targeting civilians when the Israelis have continually done that shit for the last century is just straight up dishonest. Make a real argument. Don't base your entire position on lying the way he does. Fuck Ben Shapiro.